Questions. House Intel member Chris Stewart just stepped out of that ongoing closed-door session to talk with me, and I appreciate that. How's it going? What's happening?
Oh my gosh, it's a little bit frustrating. I think there's a lot of emotion down there, and I think from our side, many times we hear the same question asked again and again and again, and the same answer given again and again and again. You know, Mr. Lewandowski came before the committee for almost 8 or 9 hours before. He answered every question with, I think, 2 exceptions, and he didn't refuse to answer those questions. He just said, I want to prepare myself. I want to make sure I'm accurate. That's why we asked him to come back. But, you know, there's a lot of emotion in the committee, and I think it's indicative that many of us would like to, as quickly as we can, find out the conclusions and report that to the American people.
Congressman Stewart, has the goal of this changed somehow? You know, I saw a list of above 80 people that the Democrats on the committee want to talk with. So I want to get clear on really what the goal is now. Did the goal line move?
Well, I mean, there are some individuals who would like this investigation to go on forever, I think. And if not forever, then certainly through the midterm elections. And we were given a list of, I think, nearly 100 witnesses. Many of them are overseas citizens. Some of them are Russians. I mean, in one case, it's an individual who has since passed away. Going to be hard to interview him, I think. But look, at some point, we want to report to the American people. Even if it's just an initial report, we do have another election coming up. These are central questions to protecting our electoral process and some of the manipulation we've seen. And we should do that as quickly as possible.
You know, I'm wondering when that's going to happen. And you bring up kind of the nuances and people on the list. The Russians, I don't know if you saw, Vladimir Putin doesn't have any intention of extraditing his people so far with this investigation.
Well, probably not, I think, and maybe even Vladimir Putin himself will be added to the list. I mean, he would be a great witness, wouldn't he? But I don't suppose he's going to come before the committee. But, you know, if there was a sense of urgency in the sense that we had actually seen evidence of collusion, but we just simply haven't. And by the way, has Mr. Mueller at this point not seen evidence of collusion between the previous campaign and Russian agents. Neither has Dianne Feinstein, neither did Director Clapper. This isn't just me saying this. There are people on both sides of the aisle who have reached that conclusion. And if that's the case, then once again, shouldn't we report our findings and our recommendations to the American people so that we can implement some of those recommendations?
You know, I'm curious, real quickly, do your voters ever ask about this, your constituents?
Yeah, I think they do, but they probably ask me a little more than maybe other members of Congress because they know that I'm a little bit more involved with it. But I tell you, it's not the only thing they want to talk about, and in many cases, it's the second or third or fourth thing we want to talk about. Most of them want to talk about, first, thank you for the tax cut. That's going to be good for me, and some of the other issues that are, you know, equally important that we're doing here in Washington.
Congressman Stewart from the great state of Utah, we appreciate your perspective and your time today. Thank you very much.
Harris, thank you.